Follow the light that blinds.
All right, let's get into it. So, your new record, Doomsday, it's due out March 4th on Century Media, and your drummer, Simon, he described it as your most varied and mature record to date. So, how should people expect to hear that on the record?
I can say I'm really proud because 10 years ago, I never expected to be able to play these kind of guitar riffs and melodies, twin guitars, and also Simon's drumming is just crazy. It's so powerful, and just also a lot of sometimes also progressive parts.
Yeah,
and also Manu's voice evolved, and it's just we just love it. And I mean, if you compare it to our first record, I would say it's not the same band anymore.
Of course,
it still is. You can hear that it's Deserted Fear, but it just evolved.
I mean, 10 years is a long time as well, both for like a band to progress and people to progress as musicians, you know?
Yeah, of course. 10 years, that's just crazy. It doesn't feel like 10 years, to be honest. I can still tell you what was the food on our first show. So,
that's amazing. Do you think you guys will mark the 10 years of the first record this year, or is it not on your radar at all?
Yes, it should be on our radar, but I don't know. There's nothing planned. There's still nothing planned with concerts, and just a few festival situation in Germany is still pretty shitty. And but let's see. It would be really cool. Maybe at a small venue close to our hometown where we started back in the days. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Nice. So I understand that the record, it was written across about a year and a half, and then you recorded it as a batch late last year. How did you figure out like when it was time that the record was done and ready to be recorded, as opposed to just like tinkering and keeping writing?
I don't know. We just had 9 songs we liked.
That's pretty simple. So you guys were writing it like the whole way across the pandemic, or was it done like in a batch?
No. I mean, it started with just a beer. Out of nowhere, we don't have a plan to write a new record, so it's just grabbed the beer. To be honest, I don't touch my guitar for weeks when the pandemic started, and we were not able to play shows anymore. And to be honest, we have also been a bit exhausted from 2019. We played just a lot, and we still have day jobs, family. Our singer became father again. It was a lot of fun. Just adventures, and at some point you need some free time, and the coronavirus was maybe we needed more than we want to admit to. So but at some point I just grabbed my guitar again, started playing, and instantly had some nice riffs, and I have the studio around here, and just started recording, showed it to my guys, and it all sounds awesome. Let's start to write some songs, and then we just met once or 2 times a week, and at some point we had 9 songs.
Do you feel like having like obviously all that extra time when you couldn't, like there's no pressure on you to record an album and get it out and go touring, do you think that had a big effect on how the record turned out?
Of course, always. I mean, we don't have any pressure. No, we don't care what fans think. We don't care what the record label thinks. We just do what we want and whenever we want. So we don't have to. It's not our job. The band is not our job. So it's So we have all the freedom.
Something I was going to ask about, because it's remarkable the amount of freedom that you do have, the Century Media gives you, in terms of like you record, you mixed and you mastered the new album, like there was nobody outside involved. It's like a fully realized in-house production. That's a lot of freedom for a label to give you.
Of course it is, but it was not the plan that I mix and master it, because I have to go back. I recorded all our records, and when I recorded our first record, My Empire, and sent the files to Dan Svanner, and he sent back the first mix, I was like, what the hell he's doing? It sounds so super fat, and I had the raw tracks and was like, how can I do this, man? How can I do this? And I get really interested in mixing and mastering, and I figured out how to do this for the last 10 years, and already mixed some records for other bands, and always played around with our own tracks and showed it to my guys, and they just said, "That sounds awesome. Why you don't mix our next record?" I was like, I don't know. And then we released a single last year, a 7-inch, and I mixed the 2 songs on it, and feedback was great. Also from Century Media, they really liked the sound, and everyone said you should mix the next Deserted Fear record. So and at some point I agreed.
So I mean, you said that you've recorded like all 5 of the band's albums now. There was never any, obviously nobody's going to suggest it to you, but was there ever any like curiosity within the band about what it would be like to work with an outside producer, or it was always like, this is just how this band operates?
I mean, we always wanted to work with Dan Swanner because he's just crazy. He's a master, and he did the first 3 records, and then we heard some records of Henrik Uth from Sweden. He mixed Architects, and he was a long-time trainee of Fredrik Nordström in Gothenburg, and we really wanted to work with him, and he did one of our records. And for the recording, I don't know, it's pretty comfortable to also record whenever you want. You don't have the pressure, so you can just record or drink beer or decide spontaneously, or maybe you have a bad day and so you don't have to pay for a studio. So just throw a guitar in the corner and drink beer and try again next time.
So
it's
a good luxury to have.
What I mean?
So going into this record, I was going to ask if you had any reference records going there, but I guess considering, you know, you've made 5 albums for the band now, I guess you have in your head a very clear picture of what you want a Deserted Fear record to sound like.
Of course. I mean, I already mixed during songwriting. I think I changed the guitar sound with each day recording new riffs. So and so I got a pretty clear picture during the songwriting. So it was almost done when it was written. The mix was almost done.
That makes sense. So what do you use as far as like amps and stuff? Do you do modeling in the studio, or do you use all real amps, or a mix, or how does it work for you?
When we play live, we of course use Kemper amps nowadays. Back in the days, we played with PV 5150 or 6505. Nowadays, I always try to make new real sounds with the real PV amp that's over there. Orange cabinet over there. Oh, another PV there. And I always try to, but to be honest, I always get a better sound for Deserted Fear, I would say, because I'm more for Deserted Fear. I want a more clear or sharp guitar sound.
Of course,
not that muddy, so that you can hear all the small melodies in the background and stuff. Not that much mud. So it's I don't know, some weird IRs and weird EQing stuff. I don't know what it is in the end. I can really can't tell.
I guess at the time you're not really thinking about writing it down, you're just getting in there and getting your sound.
Just always played around with different IRs and digital amps, and also with Kemper files, and in the end it's a mix.
So what are you guys using for guitars?
For guitars, in the studio I have this LTD guitar right here with an Evertune. I can't live without that anymore, to be honest, in the studio. It's just such an awesome time saver. We also use it live, Evertune.
Okay.
Because you're sitting in a cold backstage and you go on stage and then you play the half of the first song and then the tuning is fucked up. So that's why Evertune all the way. I have this LTD for the studio. I have this LTD here also live with the EC401.
Nice.
But without Evertune. But I will get one with Evertune too. and then I don't use it on the beginning of the live set, because what I just told you.
You gotta.
So I have my guitar taker tuning it and then give it to me when it's Our is using Jackson guitars. He has I don't know if you remember the Kevin Bond
Yeah.
one with the pentagrams inlaid, and he had 3 or 4, I think. They are not produced anymore since a long time, but he bought all on eBay the past years.
Nice. That's cool, man.
And we also put an Evertune in one of his Kevin Bond.
Gotcha. So when you guys play live, you said you use the Kempers. Do you use your own profiles there, or do you use other people's profiles?
Yes, yeah, I use my own profile.
That's cool. That's cool. I don't have anything with an Evertune. I really want to get one because I live in Florida, and like with the humidity, it's such a pain in the ass. And then, like, this is like 22 years ago, but my like high school band opened for Lagwagon one time in like 2000 or 1999 or something like that. And we left our stuff like by the side door to the venue for like an hour before we brought it in, and then the guitars got really cold, and then we brought them into the warm venue, and like the whole set, like nothing was in fucking tune. You know what I mean? Because it was going from like everything being cold and like I guess contracting, and it gets warm and it expands, and like, oh, those memories, man, holy shit.
Yeah, I really recommend get an Evertune guitar and put the second one right into the on stage when you come in, and don't touch it until the show.
It's a good idea. So you guys have some pretty elaborate videos on the new record. Can you tell me about those?
I mean, videos, it's always something special about it. We always want to do something what is important to us, or something funny like back in the days, and this time we shooted a video about the inner German wall. I mean, we are from East Germany, and we are born in the time where the wall was still there, and our parents were not able to go to the west or anywhere more or less.
Yeah.
And so that's an important topic to us, and we also went to a coal mine. That was mostly just for fun because we like big machines and stuff like that. So we just went to a coal mine, had a nice day there.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool. Yeah, and in the new record, there's like fucking fire flying everywhere. I know you did one of those videos on the last record as well, but like it looks so good, man.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, that's great. So, what have you got planned for next year, or for this year, I should say?
Well, to be honest, we have planned some shows for next week or the next 2 weeks. But we had planned like 10 shows, and at this point now we can just play 2. Yeah,
that sucks.
It's still just fucking difficult in Germany. I mean, it's allowed again, but the circumstances for the venues and it's just difficult, and we will go to Switzerland for 1 or 2 shows because it's much more easier. And let's see. I was on the phone the whole day to organize any other venue. I don't know. I don't know what will happen next week. And we also have some festivals in the summer, and let's see what will come next.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you guys played any shows since I guess since 2019? I guess early 2020 was the last shows you did, or?
Early 2020 we had 2 shows, and it's 2 years ago now.
So you must be really ready to get back out there.
Oh man, I don't know what my neck will say after the first show. I mean, we already shooted the videos, and after the first video it was like first time headbanging. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, cool. That's all I've got. Thank you very much for speaking with me, and best of luck with the album, man.
Thanks a lot, for supporting the Certain Fear, and maybe talk to you again for the next record or any other topic. I don't know.
Absolutely.